minute.
All right.
Okay. Okay, cool. All righty. Perfect timing. Alrighty, and Daddy's out of commission tonight. So that's how we do it though. So welcome everyone. I'm just gonna get right into it. My name is Debra Baez, and a lot of people call me Debbie. Either one is great. Yep, we are recording. Good. So welcome. And I'm gonna get right into it. A little bit about what we're gonna do tonight. So I'm glad you are all here. And if you're watching the recording, thank you for taking the time. I am an area manager and independent consultant with Arbonne International, and I know that's why you're here or coaxed into be here, and I don't know. So thanks for spending some time with us. And for whatever reason you are here, I know whoever invited you is, or how you were connected in, it's for a reason, it's for a good reason. And they think highly of you, that's for sure. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to share a little bit about who I am. That way you know who I am. And then our panelists, Chandra and Catherine, are going to share a little bit about who they are. And we'll keep that short, and then they'll bounce it back to me. And I'm going to do literally a 5-minute quick overview of our company, what we stand for, what we do. And the rest of the time, we hope for it to be interview style with our two panelists, which are Chandra and Catherine. So very briefly, who I am, and then I'll pass it over to Chandra, then to Catherine. Like I said, my name is Debra. I'm in Long Beach, California. I have been building an Arbonne business for over 9 years, 9.5 years, crazy. Before then, I was in education for about 13 years, higher education. And then I was a teacher in dual immersion here in Long Beach, and I'm a mom of 2. I was looking for more flexibility, yet still something that was going to make an impact in the world, and something I loved, and health and wellness met those 2 things for me. I feel that in large part I'm here because of my life and where I came from, but I didn't know that at the time. I always share very quickly, but not lightly, that my father passed when I was probably about their age, when I was really little. And because of the health issues there, I really feel that it's why my purpose is to be able to help people, and in particular, honestly, women and women of color often, because in my culture, there's just a lack of sometimes of education really in health and wellness, and in as well as how to build another way of earning income. So my purpose is really to help people really change what we pass down as a legacy, to pass down healthier legacies. So that's real quick about me. I'm going to pass it over to Chandra and then to Catherine, and I'll share a bit more later.
All right. Well, Karina and James, thank you so much for hopping on. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time if my fur babies start talking. They tend to get excited when we have, Arbonne time. So my name's Chandra. I'm here in Los Angeles, but I'm proudly originally from Northern California, where Karina is right now. I went to school at UC Santa Cruz, and I was a literature major. And then I thought I was going to go to law school, and I ultimately ended up as a corporate recruiter. And I did that for about 13 years. And then it's interesting how things happen in life that we don't really prepare for, right? So in my case, there was a divorce that I didn't see coming. There was a car accident on the job that I didn't see coming, an illness that happened as well. And these are things that made me think, I think I need a safety net. And I think I also want to have something where I'm impacting people with something as important as health and wellness, but also I don't have to be in an office. I'm not on that corporate, hamster wheel. I really get to determine like when I work and from where I work. And that's kind of, Arbonne came into my life. Initially, I was shopping. I was a preferred client. And then, about 6 years ago now, I started my Arbonne business. I wish I had started my Arbonne business initially, let me tell you. But this is a company that has completely changed my life. I'm so grateful for the community. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I feel very, very proud to represent a company that is just as fantastic in so many ways as Arbonne is. And Debbie will tell you a little bit more about that. So I'm also an area manager, independent consultant, and really excited for you guys to be here tonight.
Take it away, Catherine.
Hey, hi. Thanks. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being on. My name is Catherine Kane, and I am also an area manager, independent consultant with Arbonne, and I live in the Boston area. So I'm a little bit later, and I just came from an event. I'm usually not this dressed up, but I was also in the business of helping people as being a nurse, and I really love that. I thought I was going to be a nurse for the rest of my life, and like what Chandra said, things happen and you just have to be prepared for them. And I celebrated my 10-year anniversary actually in March of this year with Arbonne. And actually, I've been using the products for more than that, but 10 years as a consultant. And so I was a nurse and I was not a business person at all, but I knew that I wanted, I really liked helping people with their health. And the way to help other people is really to start with yourself. And so I was using the products. I started on the 30 Days to Healthy Living, and that totally changed my life. That program, if you don't know about it, ask your consultant that invited you about that, because that was a total game changer for me. And I knew that more people really needed something like this. So I kind of just told my sponsor, I said, well, listen, I'm going to be a consultant. So she said, all right, fine, whatever. Because I saw the value in being able to help other people. And, nursing is a very stressful job. It's a lot of times a very thankless job, as you can ask any nurse in the last couple of years. And I just kind of wanted more flexibility, or I just wanted something a little bit more joyful. So I'm really glad that I took the time to take care of my health, because 4 years ago, I did have a post-op complication that I nearly died from. And I wasn't able to go back to my job as a nurse. And so I was happy. Well, I was just very grateful that I had started a business 6 years prior to that I did not have to go into work for, that I could still be able to impact people, with their health, and still, still bring in an income. So that's what the beauty of this business is too. And you don't have to, I didn't know anything about building a business. I was like, oh, I don't know anything about anything. And so, but you kind of learn. It's really one of these things that you learn, you earn as you learn. And and this company has changed so much in the last 10 years, and you change along with it, as long as you focus on your personal growth and you lean into the community that's really here to help you. And just more about, this company is just really the best. I mean, I'm sure everybody says that, but it truly is, along with their, with their ingredient policy, with the ways that they are conscious with the earth, and conscious with each other, and just all the values that that they promote and bring about. So I'm glad you guys are here, and thanks for listening.
Cool. Thank you. So I'm going to just share a little bit about Arbonne, the information, and then we'll get to the questions. So we are a 42-year-old, highly regarded brand of safe, plant-based health and wellness and beauty products. We offer an online business you can do from anywhere. We're a community of positive, as you can see, passionate people, and we're a movement really of change makers. And our mission is to help people thrive with sustainable, healthy living. And you hear a lot of that right now, right? That's what people are looking for. Arbonne is a leader in the clean, green product space, and we're a certified B Corporation, which means that we're a company that uses business as a force for good. It means we voluntarily place equal value on people, the planet, and on profits. And we know that we vote with our dollars, right? Every time we make a purchase with Arbonne, you're voting for equity, equality, empowered choices, transparency in the environment, which is, I think, really important to all of us. And if it's not to folks, it usually becomes that. So why Arbonne? If you didn't already know, we're a global business, and it really is booming. It's a $4.2 trillion industry that continues to grow. And really it's more than that, because it's wellness and e-commerce together is almost a $10 trillion industry. People value clean skincare, well-being, weight management solutions. Arbonne has a holistic approach with our clean products, our inclusive online business opportunity, and a competitive compensation plan. If you want to know more about that, you can go to earnings.arbonne.com for typical results and compensation. And we can always send you that link as well or answer any questions, of course. So we sit at the intersection of 4 huge worldwide trends. That's health and wellness. Everybody wants it, right? It's only on the rise. Internet shopping, everyone's doing it, literally. Social media, everyone's on it. And smartphone, right? Smartphone-based business. We used to say home-based business, we're really phone-based business now. And everybody is looking for that too. So currently we're in 6 markets: US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Poland. And we're growing rapidly, and it's incredibly exciting time for a company. I know, and I'm crossing my fingers, and there's been talks. And so I'm really hoping for a Spanish speaking country next. And I have family in Mexico, and they're ready. I'm ready. So that'll be really exciting. And the more Spanish speaking people we have, the better, right? To go there and train and to really even expand our market here of Spanish speakers. So we have over 250 daily consumable products from every demographic: skincare, nutrition, cosmetics, body care, baby care, and the skincare, everything is, for the whole family, advanced healthy aging. And our 2 most popular items are our 30 Days to Healthy Living program and our Age Well skincare line. So those are 2 flagship lines. And when you think about everything you buy, you're never going to stop buying it, right? Even through tough times, people buy the products that they use at home. So you're already a part of someone's market share. And the concept of Arbonne is to redirect the money you're spending. I redirected the money I spent to better, safer products that I get to purchase from my own store. So you can do that as well at a discount. And I just do my taxes, talk to your tax people about that, but there's a whole component there. So Arbonne is a smart business choice because people run out and they need to reorder. And we're a one-stop shop for cleaner, safer products. Whereas before I was like trying to find all the things at different locations. And now I just shop for my own franchise online. And the simplicity is one of the things that I really love about the brand and the business. So Arbonne simply capitalizes on 2 things we already do: shopping and sharing. We all shop for personal care and nutrition. We all share what we like. Shopping has moved from brick and mortar, right, to click and order, and really the world has. Products go directly from the manufacturer. Our closest one here to me, because I know we're all in different places, is Irvine. Catherine's is probably Indiana. I don't even know. We have one other one in the US, and then one in each of our countries, of course. So products go directly from manufacturer to consumer, cutting out all the middlemen like warehouser, extra shipping, advertiser, retail store costs, and all of that typically raises the price of products, right, without adding value. So essentially what we do is we stop, start, and share. We stop shopping retail, we start shopping for better, safer products from our own digital store, and we share the concept with others. The concept or a link, really, and people can shop from our link. We simply become authentic brand ambassadors, and we introduce our networks to the brand. It's an effort-based business, and there is a 5-year plan. I think of it like college, but we can get paid throughout. A 5-year plan to the top, or depending on where you're headed, it's up to you, because life happens, and it can, everybody's path is absolutely different. But it really is with consistent part-time effort potentially, if that's the person's choice. So please visit earnings.arbonne.com for typical results and compensation. So now on to the more human part, I believe. And I'm going to start with Chandra. So and if you're like, no, I want to skip that question, skip that to Catherine, we can do that. What makes starting and building an Arbonne business different from a typical job?
Well, it's funny, we like to say in Arbonne, one of the best things can also be one of the most challenging things, right? Because you're your own boss. You're also your own boss. And that can be a little bit tough. And there does need to be some discipline that's developed. And, we have a lot of strategy to help somebody with that. But it's also such a gift to really be in charge of yourself. And typically, in a job, you're working for someone else. Here, you're getting to work for yourself. Often in a job, you're not getting a pay raise or a promotion unless someone else deems you worthy or the person above you has been promoted. Here, we like to say it's choose your own adventure. You truly can decide how quickly you can move up, and you really get to decide when that pay raise is happening. I think a career is, quite different than a job in general. This is something that can fuel whatever else you want to be doing. And just to be clear, when people come into Arbonne, you do not have to pick, right? Whatever you're doing now, if you enjoy doing that, keep on doing that. If, however, in the future, Arbonne has replaced income and you'd much prefer just to focus on Arbonne, it's amazing to have, that kind of opportunity, because this is something that essentially you can be replacing a professional level income with part-time hours. But back to kind of your original question though, Debbie, I think that's one of the neatest parts about this business is that we really get to decide and we have the choices. And a lot of times at the job, you just don't have many choices. You don't get to decide when you're working. You don't get to decide where you're working typically. So to me, this kind of business represents a lot of freedom. It's really, really exciting.
Totally. Or who you're working for or how much you get paid. Yeah, those are totally big differences. Thank you. Catherine, I've heard a lot of people who haven't succeeded at network marketing, or now we call ourselves social marketing before. Why is that? Why do you think? And what qualities do you think are important to have?
Well, that's a great question. And I know that that's a big question that a lot of people say with so many different, so many network marketing things out there. There's got, at least somebody, probably said, oh yeah, I've tried one of those things and it never didn't work. Well, then you have to ask, well, did it not work or did you not work? Because it is network marketing and it's not be lazy marketing or do nothing marketing. So it is work, I know. And like what Chandra said, and you are your own boss and you need to do the discipline, have the discipline to do the work if that is what you want to do. I mean, you can definitely just be like a retail buyer and not focus on building a business. But what was I going to say? So yes, I think a lot of factors like go into it. Your personal development, like things that you did before you got into the business, and really like why you're doing a business like this is really what is going to drive you and kind of have those habits that are going to make you successful or successful whatever that is. I mean, 200, if you make $200 a month, that's really, I think somebody was saying like the typical family, if they had an extra $300 a month, that would keep them out of bankruptcy. So I mean, it's knowing people say you don't have to be like at the top of the company to be successful. Just being able to pay your bills, being able to have a car payment, even just like having a choice of what kind of groceries you want to buy, if you want to get more healthier groceries, you want to go have organic brands or what. So it's what success, it's all very relative. But if I think any step forward with you building yourself and being better than yesterday, I think that's definitely success. And it all just, little steps compound into, bigger things. So.
Thank you. The Compound Effect. That's a really good book. And one I learned about because of Arbonne. So next question, Chandra, why is now a great time to join the Arbonne community and start a business?
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this for a very long time. So I'm going to have to shut myself up. We all know what has happened, but let me just say, I don't think in the 42-year history of Arbonne, there's ever been a bad time. But I think that we are in sort of like the golden age of social marketing, because we've seen in the last 2 years that stability may not be what we once thought it was. more and more we're needing to have additional streams of income, and more people are wanting to make sure they have some like stability as far as just like the industry, right? There's a lot of industries that really taken a big hit in the last couple of years. Debbie mentioned the kind of the industries that we're in, right? Health and e-commerce. And she talked about that being upwards of, you said, I think over $1 trillion, Debbie. That's insane. So more and more people are thinking about health. More and more people are wanting that safety net. So many people did get an opportunity to work from home and saw how like wonderful that can be. And they're not wanting to go back to the office, or even if they are wanting to go back to the office, they don't necessarily want to stay there for another 20 years. I think a lot of people's eyes open to like what life could be. And we all had a moment to sit and reflect of what's most important in life. And Arbonne can be the vehicle to anything you want to be. So maybe health and wellness is not something you're hugely passionate about yet. Maybe you're hugely passionate about, just for instance, a dog rescue, right? But this can be a vehicle for you able to create that dog rescue, or be the vehicle for you to be able to, travel the world and not have to, stay in one place. I could literally talk about this forever, so I'm gonna have to shut myself up. But if there was ever a wonderful, amazing, extra good time to start an Arbonne business, this is the time. The company is absolutely exploding. We're always on the cutting edge with our products, and we're literally only getting better and better every year.
Thank you. So I have one quick fire round question to each of you. So that means you get 30 seconds to answer. And you can decide who takes it. So the first one is, I'm intrigued but scared of what people will think of me. Whoever jumps in.
I'll take it. All right. Well, I know, and sometimes this thought never leaves me, but at the same time, I have to remember, those people's opinions do not pay your bills. And people who are doing better than you, they're never going to criticize what you are doing. If you want to, and you're doing something that, you're taking it upon yourself to do something better for yourself, for your community, for your family, and to better your life and better other people's lives. So, you have to just have that belief that, it doesn't matter what other people think, because, it just doesn't matter.
Your bills.
Yes.
Exactly. Thank you. So Chandra, this goes to you. I don't know very many people. How would I grow a business?
Well, I would venture to guess you know more people than you think you do. If you actually opened up your phone or did a little brainstorm, if you're on social media at all. But believe it or not, and I don't really have time to get into it all, but any of us that are consultants would be happy to talk to you about this. Believe it or not, you don't need to know that many people. I know that maybe sounds funny, but you really don't. And it's about getting an opportunity to get to know the people of your people, right? And it's also knowing, and I didn't know this getting into the business, knowing that the people that you're going to be doing business with, clients that you're going to be having, business partners that will join your team, most of the time, a lot of these folks you don't even know right now. And that's totally normal. And that's just how it goes. So I very much understand why it's a concern. I always ask people to just kind of like trust me, trust the process, trust Arbonne, that part doesn't matter. But you, again, probably know more people than you think you do.
Perfect. We only have another minute or so. Before I close this out, can one of you take this question very briefly? I'm ready to jump in. What are the first steps? What are the startup costs? And what support can I expect? Who can answer that in 1 minute?
Do you want me to go, Catherine?
Go ahead, Chandra.
All right. What was it again? Startup cost?
I'm ready to jump in.
Yeah.
What are the first steps? What's the startup and support?
Yeah. $49. I'd pay that 1 million times over. First steps would really to be just talking to your coach and starting to do some of the really basic things, which is not hard. We walk you through everything. The support that you receive starting your Arbonne business, and really heck, like all through your Arbonne career, you probably never have received this kind of support before, because we're all in it together. Nobody's competing against each other. We always say, you know, the tide lifts all boats. So you probably will walk away being like, wow, I never even knew this kind of support was possible. We absolutely hold your hand, and we make it really fun too.
It's true, we have fun. And I'll add that so many people in business pay for coaching, like crazy amounts. And in
Great point.
Arbonne, so much is built in, and our training is just phenomenal. That's why when I've paid for, you know, trainings and coaches, which I do still, I just realized, wow, Arbonne really has, you know, gives us so much. So I'm going to close us out by answering the last question myself, and then sharing a quick tidbit. Is the last question for me is, what change are you looking to make in the world, and how is Arbonne a part of that? So I really have realized that for me, my purpose comes again, you know, being able to help others pass down a healthier legacy. And in particular, it really does come down to people like me. Of course, helping all and passing that down is great, but it's not just in health, it's in what we pass down as a legacy, period, right? I'm one, like the generation that, you know, that comes from immigrants, that now I've learned so much because of my business, in terms of wealth, in terms of business, in terms of being able to leave not only a healthy legacy, but a willable legacy. My Arbonne business is in my trust, being passed down to my kids. I mean, the word trust is not even in the vocabulary of my family, let alone my community. So being able to pass down just even the knowledge, business wise, that Arbonne has brought me, is huge, I think, for my community as well. And then being able to raise my kids that way, not only in thinking of health and wealth, right? And if you don't have kids, just for the next generation that's going to run this world, right? Being able to educate our people for sure is important to me. So I'm going to close out. And that's really what we have for you tonight. Really, thank you so much for being here. And thank you to our amazing panelists. We can literally talk about Arbonne all night. So I really, you know, connect with the person that sent you this recording, connect with the person that invited you, and follow up with the conversation, and let them know where you are, let them know what questions you have still, and what the next steps are. It's not rocket science, but it does take a decision and doing something different to create something different. And that's just a reality of it. So I invite you to keep the following questions in mind as you absorb the information you heard tonight. And that's, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing now, where will you be in 5 years? Especially financially, and how would it feel to be on the pathway to getting your dreams and desires? The next question is to think about is, if something were to happen to the main source of income in your household, which had happened to me when I was little, and how long could you comfortably live on your savings, or do you have a plan B? So, right, and so for too many of us, that has not been theoretical. So thank you so much for being here. Hope if something intrigued you or made you, ring a bell about somebody else, then connect us with those people, and let the person know that invited you or sent you the video where you see yourself or what questions you have. So thank you so much, and have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.